Hey guys, welcome. So today we're looking at factorization, right? Factorization using the highest common factor. So let's go check it out. Alright, so what is highest common factor? I'm listening. Right. Alright, so the highest common factor of a set of numbers is the biggest number that can divide into the set of numbers without leaving a remainder. In other words, it's the biggest number that the set of numbers are divisible by, right? So, for example, if I give you 6, 12, 21, 36, and I ask you, what's the highest common factor, then I'm going to tell you that the highest common factor is 3. You might ask me why. So what I do is set out a table. Of course, once you understand the concept, you don't have to set out any table like that. You can just do it in your head. But I'm setting out a table here, showing you. So I'm listing in each column the factors for each of the numbers. So these are all the numbers that can go into 6. 1 can go into 6, 2, 3, and 6 can go into 6. Then we go to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. So we know that 1 can go in all numbers and each number can go into itself, can be divided by itself one time, right? 21 is divisible by 1, 3, 7, 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 36. Then now I look at the factors of each of the numbers and I'm looking for the one that is in all of them. That's the common factor. And if there is more than one that is in all of them, then I look for the biggest one. But in the case of these numbers, we see that 3 is the only number that is common to all. 2 is in 3 of the 4 numbers, but it cannot be considered the common factor because it is not in all of them. Alright, so let's look at another aspect of highest common factor. The highest common factor of a set of algebraic terms is the HCF for the number, HCF being highest common factor. Is the HCF for the numbers as well as the HCF for the variables. And just in case you don't remember the difference between, so I said numbers right here, correct term would be coefficient. So if I had 2x cubed, the variable is the letter and the coefficient is the big number beside the letter. The number that we say is being multiplied by the letter. Alright, so next, the highest common factor of a set of variables can be determined by taking the highest power that is common to all variables in the given set. What am I saying? What does that mean? In other words, if a variable is common to all expressions, then you're taking the lowest power of it and making it the HCF. For example, if we have x squared, x cubed, x4, the HCF is x squared. And somebody say, what? But if you're asking for the highest common factor, so how is it the one with the lowest power? Well, ask yourself the question. Let's look at it. Remember that common factor or a factor is supposed to divide into something without leaving a remainder or anything like that. So if I chose x to the 4th to be the HCF, then I should be able to divide x squared by x to the 4th. If I should expand this, x squared, we know it to be x times x divided by x to the 4th. That's going to be x times x times x realize that there are more x's in the denominator than in the numerator. So that means x squared is not divisible by x squared. So you choose the one with the lowest power. The one with the lowest power can go into all of them. You can get an x squared into x squared. You can get an x squared into x cubed. And you can get x squared into x to the fourth. Alright, so let's look at some examples. Identify the HCF for the set of algebraic terms below. So, if you're looking for the set of HCF, well, if you're looking for the HCF, you have to find the HCF, as we said in the previous slide, for the coefficients, that's the numbers, and you have to find the HCF for the letters, the variables. So, what's the biggest number that can go into 4, 12, 8, and 10? 2. Right? If the 10 wasn't there, then we could have said it was 4. But the 10 is there, so the biggest number that can go into all these numbers is 2. Alright, so now we need to find the HCF for the variables. And remember what we said. For the variables, it has to be the one with the lowest power. So we have x squared, x to the 5th power, x to the 8th power, and we have x, which actually is x to the 1st power. So that means the HCF for the variable is actually x. It could not have been x to the 8th. Won't work. Not the HCF. It is x. So that means the HCF for these terms would actually be the combination of these two. So it would be 2x. 2x can go into all of these. Look at this one. What is the HCF? Tell me, what's the HCF for the numbers? For the coefficients. Numbers, coefficients, say 15, 30, 45. What number? What's the biggest number that can go into all those numbers? 15. That is correct. What's the HCF for the variables? First of all, you have to ask what variable is common to all. So we have xy, xy, xy. So both x and y are common to all. So our HCF must include x and y. And then we look at their powers. We must choose for each of the variable the lowest power that is present. So, what is the lowest power? So, xy is common to all. The lowest power of x that is present, we have x to the 4th, x cubed, x to the 4th, so it's going to be x cubed. And the lowest power for y is y to the 5th power. So then, the HCF for all of these would be a combination of the numbers and letters. So it's going to be 15x cubed y to the 5th power. Alright, so we're looking at another example. What is the HCF of this set of terms? So look at the HCF for the coefficient. What's the highest number that can go into 2, 4, and 6? Yeah, 2. Okay. And what's the HCF for the variable? What variable is common to all? So let's look at it. We have WY, WZ, WZ. W is common. Z is in 2 of them, but it's not common to all, so it cannot be a part of the HCF. Y is in 1 of them, certainly not common to all, so it cannot be a part of the HCF. So our variable that's common to all is W. And what's the HCF for that variable? Of course, we choose the W with the lowest power. So we have W to the 6th, W to the 5th, W to the 7th. So our HCF for the variable would be W to the 5th. And of course, we combine the two of them to get our HCF. So our HCF would be 2w to the 5th power. Alright, so you do this one. What's the HCF for this? Ding 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 ding, we have a winner. 8y. So 8 is the biggest number that can go into 24, 8 and 16. Y is the letter that is common to all, and the lowest power of y is y.